Hey guys, enough said, Meet Simmons back with another video. Today, look at something a little bit differently. My wife told me today, somebody know that our demographics from 18 to 30 year old men is growing quite exponentially. And so, you know, as an older man in my 40s, I work with that demographic every day. I train them, I teach them, I supervise them, all stuff like that. And there's a lot of things that I see, you know, in these YouTube streets, and there's one thing I tell young men, and tell you my son is this: look, if somebody doesn't have results in an area that they're speaking on, then they really shouldn't be speaking on. And there's a lot of that going down in these streets, in these YouTube streets. And I know you young men are consuming this content.
Yeah.
I know you're consuming a lot of different content creators' content, and this is no shade to content creators. But today, I want to go through 4, maybe 5, depending on how we get to it, 4 to 5 specific areas where I think that there needs to be some clarification. And I think any young man watching this will get something out of it. I sure hope you do. The first area I want to talk about is to my brothers, and it's the area of what we owe to the black community. It's what is our role in the black community as black men? And all these people talk all these talking points, and you need to do this, you need to do that. So I'm going to show you a video, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, but there's a couple videos here from Dr. Umar.
Her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. And I'm telling you, black men are responsible for her being masculine because we have not helped her raise them children.
I am
and
not.
when I say help them raise them children, I don't mean you as the stepdad.
No,
I mean you as an active member in the community. She got masculine because she had to become masculine in order to deal with the rape, the abuse, the domestic violence, the disappointments that men had in her life, and also raising those kids and have to take care of herself all at the same time. The black woman has been the be-all, end-all in our community for half of a century, and now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough when she had to absorb our responsibilities plus her own, that's insensitive and disingenuous.
Listen to me very carefully. Very carefully, and I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't want to hear it. This is the truth. You don't owe the black community anything, young man. Listen to me very carefully. You only owe the black community one thing, and that's to be a good husband and be a good father. That's it. You don't owe it anything. And everybody with these big, highfalutin, ideas and talking points and stuff like, they've done nothing. Dr. Umar's not even married, to my knowledge. He has 2 kids by 2 different women, for what I understand. If I'm dead wrong, correct me. But he has no results. Don't listen to people who have no results. And everybody's talking, and everybody's got these ideas about what in the black community. The best thing that we could do for the black community is do what we're doing right here. Marry you a black woman, whether she be from the continental United States or Afro-Latino, whatever. Marry a black woman, have black babies, be a good father, be a good husband, be a good unit, and I guarantee you, in 50 to 60 years, the black community will be at a different place. That's it. I'm so sick and tired of everybody who's talking about what black men ain't doing, it's always Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. It's always something that black men aren't doing, and no, black men need to be doing exactly what they're doing. Marrying black women, having black kids, getting down the road. But the same men who tell us what we need to be doing aren't doing it. They have not done it. They're still out here, got women on rotation. They're still out here sleeping with women, knocking them up, not marrying them. But they're going to tell me how to be a black man? No. We're not doing that. The children of Israel walked around in the wilderness for over 40 years because God said, I can't do nothing with this generation. And I believe that the black community is at that point. Take care of you, young man. Make you a family, work hard, be a good man, work on you. As a man that has mentored several young black men, I mentor them up and send them right back into the environment where they came from. And guess what? It's a zero-sum game. Because if mama don't change, and the environment don't change, and daddy don't step up, and grandpa don't step up, and grandma don't step up, then there's no changing it. Make you a family and get on down the road. That's my advice to you. What do you think?
Amen.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Also, you can contribute by that example and by your demonstration. Yeah, you can mentor, you can create foundations, you can do all kinds of stuff to help others, but the best way to really help our society is, like you said, working on yourself, taking care of you and yours, and then let that be the example. Mentor another couple, another young family coming up, kind of with you. That would be great, but the first place you got to start with is yourself. It's like the airplane analogy. Like if oxygen levels, plummet, I'm not going to put that mask on you because I'm gonna die. I got to put the mask on myself to make sure I'm okay, so that I'm enabled to help someone else. It's the same mentality.
And one of the next areas that we're talking about is money. It's all, everybody wants to talk about money. Everybody's got an idea how much money a man should make, how much you should be making, how much it takes to run a family, how much this, how much that, taking trips and all this stuff like that. Most of these people talking aren't even married. Don't know what it takes, don't have any clue, and they're just talking. Just like this guy right here.
I've been a side business. Every man should be making at least 6 figures a year. And when I hear men say they cannot do that, I'm not saying that they don't want to. When I hear a man say I cannot make 6 figures a year, what I hear respectfully is a lazy man. Period.
I don't have a problem with Anthony O'Neal. I actually like a lot of his stuff, but he's wrong. Yeah. He's wrong. And maybe he extrapolated this out in a long form video. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but you put it short out there, brother, so you held accountable to what you put out there, just like I am and she is. You're wrong. And for you young men listening to this video right now, hear me closely. It don't take $100,000 a year to raise a family. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just a number, an obligatory number and term that people have put out there. And what most people won't tell you, people that make 6 figures a year, they spend $99,000 of it. And they don't save. I have worked my way to be a 6-figure earner in my 40s, but I'm telling you, my kids are 21, 19, and 16. For most of their lives, I wasn't a 6-figure earner. And have the lights ever been off in this house? Nope. Have we ever went without?
Nope.
Have we ever had to go sleep at somebody else's house because the heat was off?
Nope.
It didn't happen. What I'm telling you, young men, is that these guys, Anthony O'Neal, not even married. He's not even married. He's not married, and he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's on a different playing field.
Yeah.
And he's just talking out of his rear end is what he's doing. And there's a lot of gentlemen and ladies on these platforms talking out of their rear end and don't know what they're talking about. The average man does not make anywhere near 6 figures. Not nowhere near it. And guess what? There are people that have family. I have 5 siblings. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 of us and 2 parents. And I was raised on less than $40,000 a year.
Yep.
And guess what? I never did. I never missed a meal. Did it get tight sometimes? Sure it did. We never went on a family vacation and things like that. But I had something that most of you young men would crave to have. I had a father who loved me and cared about me. I had a mother who loved me and cared about me, raised me right.
Yep.
And off the back of what they taught me, my kids live a life that I could only dream of.
Yep.
And see, what men like Anthony O'Neal and his ilk don't understand is that 6 figures comes with a price. It comes with a price, and it is not a price. It's not a monetary price. It's an emotional and physical price of what they don't understand. If you listen closely, he said, a side hustle, you should be making $100,000. A side hustle takes time and money. It takes time away from you and your family. See, but men like me and TD Jakes, we get it. Here's what TD Jakes had to say about making money.
And the problem with being a father is you can never get it 100. If I give you time, we don't have money. If I give the money, you don't have me. I can't be there and earn a living at the same time. I'm limited, and I have an obligation to make sure your life is better than mine.
See, what TD Jakes gets is because he's raised his kids and he's had to suffer like myself. I've had to understand that if I give my family money, then I gotta be out the house more.
Yep.
I can't come to every football game. I can't come to every soccer game. I can't be here every night to tuck my kids in because I'm out here grinding. Now, for my gentlemen in the 18 and 30, if you're single, put your nose in the ground, eat your crap sandwich, and when you decide to get married and have kids, you'll be able to have that time back.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now, it comes with a price. And right now, the price you want to pay is before you get married. Because once you get married and have kids, your perspective has to shift, and you can be split in so many different ways. But men, like I said, these men that get on this platform that talk, they don't have no results. You're not even married, bro. What do you know about spending your time? You got all the time in the world to make all the money, plans, and moves that you want to make, and that's great. But don't tell young men who are here who want to get married young and who want to have a family that they need to be making 6 figures, because it's not true.
It is, and it puts unnecessary pressure on the person that is trying to attain this 6-figure, I don't know, dream goal.
It's great to make 6 figures.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
If you can, awesome.
If you can, it's awesome. But everybody can't make 6 figures.
No.
The economy will literally crash.
Yeah.
You want to pay $25 for a gallon of gasoline? Because that's what you're going to be paying for if everybody makes $100,000.
That's so true. And if I don't attain this, now I'm a failure? Is that what we're communicating?
Is that all we are? And I think that a lot of young men feel that way.
Yeah.
A lot of young men feel like they're not making a certain amount of money, or they don't have a certain status, and they're a failure as a man. My father, whom I love very much and respect so much, never made anywhere near $50,000 a year. Never touched it. Never even touched it. But that man is worth his weight in gold.
Yes, he is.
He has created a legacy that will live on long after he's gone, through me, my sons, and my brother's children, and my nieces and nephews. That will live on forever.
So true.
Is that all he's worth? Is $100,000? That's the messaging that we're sending to people, and that's the messaging that everybody's picked up on, is that if a man ain't got a certain amount of money, he's no good.
Because he's pandering to his primary audience, women.
And it's not
because
just
that's
him.
what these young girls are wanting. You can how many videos have you seen where like college age girls and they're being polled or interviewed on the street? So what's the average dollar amount that you think your significant other or future spouse should make? So like he should make at least like $500K or like $1 million, like easy, as if.
Yeah.
What?
I have no clue. Really, my only goal in making this video is to give you guys I ain't selling you no courses. I ain't got nothing to sell to you. All I want you to know is the truth.
He's got 22 years of experience.
I got 22 years as a husband and father.
And 44 years of experience as a man.
Yes. That's what I got for you.
Yeah.
That's what I got for you today, young man. And if that ain't enough, then I'm sorry, go somewhere else. But this is what I got for you, is the reality of the situation.
Yeah, we got
and
the truth.
There's so much consternation. There's so much talk about this and what a man should be, what he shouldn't be, and this and that, even down to sexuality. And you got guys like this guy right here talking about something that he don't even know anything about.
Put it to women like this: you're gonna leave me for a man that you love less that's gonna cheat on you anyway. And look, I know it sucks. I swear to God, if I would write a check for $1 million right now. I would be worth 10x more if that feeling inside of me, that sexual urge as a man, was gone. Like, life would be so much more productive. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cute. I'm not trying to sound like a big G. None of that shit. I'm telling you honestly, my whole 20s, I dealt with the pain of leaving women I love because I want to cheat on them. I wish I'd have been in a place where I could have just told them the truth, but I didn't know any better because I was young. It's in us. It's truly in us. And if a man cheats on you, yes, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna cry. He should show up for you, but I don't necessarily think you should leave, because finding a man that's going to take care of you emotionally and financially and physically is going to be hard to come by.
Foolishness. Now, I don't know who this young man is. It looks like Thor. I don't know who this dude is. I don't know who he is, but I'm sure you don't have a problem finding women. And you have men like this on these platforms telling young men, hey, if you make a certain amount of money and you do this, and then she's got to deal with the fact that you're just going to sleep with women. You're going to sleep with women. You're going to sleep with other women. Do that in your 20s. Do that now when you're single, guys. If you commit to a woman, commit to her. It's real simple. It's real simple. Because what you can't do, this is what's going to happen. See, what they can't tell you, because most of these guys aren't married, and see, what they can't tell you is that if you get married and you have children and you're out here stepping out on your wife and your kid finds out that you're stepping out on his mom or her mom, they're going to lose respect for you.
Yeah.
And when the money's gone and you're on your deathbed and they're not there, it's because you disrespected their mother, because you couldn't control yourself. Now, these men claim to have all this money, and I know for a fact you cannot make money in this world without discipline. But you can't control that 5, 6, 7, 8 inches between your legs. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have all 18 to 30, or before you get married, you got all the time to run the streets you want to. If you want to run the streets to you 50 years old, don't get married. Just don't get married. Don't have children. Don't bring children into that environment.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that? If you're going to commit to a woman, commit to her wholly. And just saying it's just my nature is not good enough.
Yeah.
It's not good enough, because it's a woman nature to do some real messed up stuff.
I'm trying to tell you.
If you want to find out, if you want, a woman got some ways about her. And when they're turning in the wrong direction, it really can make your life real rough.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that there's a certain amount of discipline that comes with committing to someone. And if these dudes telling you this stuff, they got an unlimited amount of booty coming their way. But most men don't have that. Most men don't have the capability to even do that.
Yeah.
Find you a good woman and sit down somewhere. Sit down. Be a good husband. See, what they're doing is they're breaking up masculinity into these small little areas, and they're parsing it out. You know, they talk about money in a certain way. They talk about women in a certain way, marriage in a certain way, and they talk about, you know, how a man should move in a certain way. But what they don't, they never bring it full circle. It's got nothing to do with these men. I'm using these men as avatars. It's got nothing to do with them personally. It's got everything to do with the mentality that they're putting out in the atmosphere that I have a problem with. Now, I believe that Mr. Jason Wilson summed it all up here in this last video we're going to look at.
Okay.
This is my mother. I had dementia. I couldn't just be the provider and protector, but my mother needed a comprehensive man. I had to massage her scalp. And this one, I'm filing and cutting her fingernails. Because if I'm a nurturer, you saying I'm feminine? No, I'm human. My son saw all of that. So when his mother's feet hurt, he massages her feet. Doesn't make him less of a man. It makes him more of a comprehensive one. When Kobe Bryant died with his beloved daughter Gianna in the helicopter crash, the pictures we saw surface online wasn't majority of him playing basketball. It was of him being a nurturer. And then the hashtag Girl Dad went viral with over 1 million posts from men all over the world showing the nurturing side of a comprehensive man. My son, when he had his had surgery on his ear, I'm in the waiting room and we hear him yell because he just came out of surgery. I'm like, that sounds like Jason. The nurse comes over. She didn't ask for me because she thinks I'm just a masculine male. She says, hey, Mrs. Wilson, could you come back and help Jason calm down? I was highly offended. I'm like, I'm right here too. She go in the back. I hear Jay, ah! Nicole couldn't help him. I said, son, put my hand on his chest. I said, calm down. It's going to be okay. You're just a little nervous. This is a new environment for you. Immediately calm down.
What he's saying there, and what many of you young men are going to have to learn, some of you the hard way, is that if you're going to be a leader of a family, it's more than just about being a protector. It's more than just about how much money you make. It's more than just about how bad you put it down in the bedroom. It's so much more. It's about the character of the man that you are, and it's going to get tested every day. At 3 a.m. when that baby cries and your wife has done nothing, she done broke down crying, and you got to walk the floor with that baby, and you got to be up at 5 a.m., you're going to find out what's inside of you. And no amount of money, no amount of sex game, and no amount of anything else is going to save you in that moment.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be tested. What's in you will come out. If you're a selfish man and you haven't learned how to cultivate that, that's going to come out. You're going to expect your wife, well, I got to get up to go to work, and you know, and she over there about to break. Postpartum depression. Don't know what to do. You 22 years old, you 23, you 30 years old. Because see, I've been there. I got receipts. You're going to have to learn how to nurture as a man. That provide portion doesn't just mean monetarily. It means provide, nurture.
Yeah.
Provide patience. Provide stability. Provide peace. That's what that provide has a whole lot. And protect is not just with these. Protect your wife's heart. Protect your children's heart from being broken by you breaking their mom's heart and causing them to have mistrust in there. Yeah, protecting your legacy by being there with your kids. It's so much more than money, young men. And there's so much to be said about it, but I'm going to leave it right there. What do you think, sweetie?
And with that,
That's enough said.
said.